It could be that your knives need a little refresh. It could be that you have a tough time slicing your tomatoes and your meats and everything that you're trying to chop up. Let's talk the best of the best when it comes to knives. Let's talk Japanese forged stainless steel construction. This is a workhorse set of knives. They are really essential and they're made from the best when it comes to Ginsu knives. This color, you're just going to choose the color based on the wood block, which you do get. So you get the knives and you get the wood block. This is your natural. Here's your chestnut. And then here's your gray wash, which is giving you a little bit of a kind of white little farmhouse look to it with that gray wash. Now, in the knife block itself, you are going to be getting an 8-inch chef's knife, an 8-inch carving knife, a 5-inch santoku knife, 6-inch boning knife, 5-inch serrated utility knife, a 3.5-inch paring knife, and then you get all of those fitting into that angled knife block. So really everything that you need. And right now on QVC.com, there are quite a few reviews, and every one of them, except for 2, are 5-star reviews right now. You're saving $25 today, should be $80 for this wonderful quality. Today it's $54.99. And there's no reorder, it's final quantities. Chef Jeremy Parker is here. Now, Chef Jeremy Parker, you got your start selling knives when you were just a teenager, is that right?
Yeah, when I was in high school, I got my first cooking gig and my first demonstrating gig that same summer at the LA County Fairgrounds. Okay, I just turned 16. I was going from junior year in high school to senior year, and it was, guess what? It was Ginsu knives that I was demonstrating, and then outside, I was chopping onions and peppers and things like that.
Amazing.
This is like hands down a much better quality set than the ones at the fairgrounds. This is a high-end set, Chikara, which means power. And they are full tang knives, meaning that this is one piece of metal from tip to the back. It has a metal pummel in the back. It has a perfectly balanced at the bolster right there. So you can see I can hold this on my finger. Wow. What that means is that this chef's knife here feels absolutely weightless in your hand because it's perfectly balanced in the middle. So you touch it, it cuts it. I mean, I'm just letting the blade of the knife do the work for you. See, again, that's not how you cut at home. At home, you might cut like this,
right,
or whatnot. But it's very comfortable. It's sharp. It's well weighted, and you always want to hand wash your knives. But just to give you an idea, that is a raw potato. See, I could just smoothly go through that potato. I mean, I draw the knife through.
Oh my goodness.
Ginsu knives are known for being just workhorse knives, so they're gonna last you 10, 20 years. Now you're gonna always eventually have to sharpen this knife, but because it's a hardened and tempered Japanese steel, it will stay sharp longer than a regular knife. So even though this isn't serrated, I've got a great tomato knife, but you can see this one knife right here, Rachel, this 8-inch chef's knife, is worth that $54.99. I'm telling you, that is your workhorse. Wow. But let me go through, because you get a whole set. Oh, okay, next, one of the most important knives to have is a good little paring knife.
Yep.
And this is about the size of my finger. It's 3.5 inches there.
Okay.
So if you need a good knife for, cutting stems out of strawberries, maybe doing an avocado, cutting it in half there, and then you just pop that seed out, it's the perfect size knife for that. A lot easier to do things like that, or strawberries if I wanted to come in here and cut the stem out. You don't want to do this with like an 8-inch knife. You want a good small paring knife for that. And of course, I can go ahead and just slice that strawberry right here. Okay, let's keep moving here. So next, every kitchen should have a good, here it is, serrated knife.
Okay.
Now this is a great bread and bagel knife. Here's what I love. If you have just bagels, if you get those from our buddy Cliff, start with the tip and cut through, and there you have a perfectly cut bagel. Don't cut it towards you. It's really simple. Also, this is serrated, so if you did want to use this for like tomatoes or things that are soft on the outside, or like have skin on the outside and soft in the middle, that's a great tomato knife. Also really good for like lemons and oranges. Okay, keep moving here. This is our 8-inch carving knife. It might not look that big on screen there, but it's full 8 inches.
Yeah.
You carve a roast, a ham, lamb, turkey for Thanksgiving. If you need that one large carving knife, this knife is beautiful. It's 8 inches, so it's everything you need for carving those large roasts and stuff. Okay, let me keep going here.
Okay,
because
perfect.
this is one of my favorites here. This is our 6-inch fillet knife. I've been looking for a good fillet knife for years. This one, I found it. So maybe there's a fisherman in the house. maybe you're buying a nice piece of salmon like this. I just want to show you, by the way.
Wow.
I just scored one cut through there and went all the way through the skin on every single piece. So this is the power of Ginsu.
I need this.
But if I want to take it a step further,
Yep.
maybe you want to take the skin off of this. So now I can flex this, get down just underneath that skin,
Yes.
okay? And give this a little nudge here. Let me grab onto that little piece right there.
Yep.
There you go.
And just
let
get
me go.
the skin perfectly
There you go.
off.
Let me try this again. There we go. Get there. I got a little slippery board here. And then you're just going to go across there. Let me go this side. Oh my gosh, of course, live TV. I do this all the time.
That's okay. I
there you
will
go.
tell you, Chef Jeremy, I have tried to slice salmon and my knife is so much worse than that. I can't even believe it. If you are like me and you're watching Chef Jeremy right now, he's got a few more to go through, which we're going to get to in just a second. But if you're watching him and you're like, well, my knives don't do that. My knives, I've got to saw at them. I've got to sharpen them every time. You might be like me, ready to upgrade with your knives. Remember, you just choose natural, the chestnut, or the gray wash. Chef Jeremy, I think you've got one or two more knives to show us.
Yeah, I've got this 5-inch Santoku knife that's left. And Santoku means 3 virtues. So this may be your favorite knife because it's just that perfect size. So, Santoku means 3 virtues, which means slice, it means chop, and it means mince. So that's the 3 virtues. That's if you've ever heard Santoku, that's what it means. So if you have these little things, green onions, celery, maybe you have zucchini, peppers, and you just want a good knife that's not too long and easy to manage, this is that perfect size. Like, I'll even take some celery here, and maybe you want to slice this, and you want to do like a brinoise, as we call it, where you're going to go long ways, and then I'm going to turn it this way, and then just mince that.
Oh,
that's just a
wow.
beautiful knife for that. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And again, you're going to get a block too to store them all inside.
Yep.
So it is just an amazing value. I read the reviews. I agree with everybody. Some people are saying it is the best knife they have ever owned.
Yeah.
And I agree. They're fantastic, very high quality.
And it looks so beautiful. So you just decide based on the knife block, which do you love? This is the natural. We have in the center the chestnut. Here's your gray wash option, saving $25 today. And they are customer top rated. All but 2 reviews when I checked are 5-star reviews. Chef Jeremy, thank you so much for showing us these and for using your knife expertise. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Rachel. I'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Here's one thing that Chef Jeremy is coming with. If you are